What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark, and thanks for tuning in to TBM Sports as we break down Game 3 of the World Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers. I'll give you guys my best bet. As always, guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is a great time to like, comment, and subscribe. Please smash that like button, and let's get down into the picks, okay? Also, if you have not done so, the handle for my X page is in the bottom left of your screen. There's links down below. Check out everything I have to offer here, as well as a free Discord. Make sure you guys all check it out, and as always, links down below. Okay, let's get it. Let's talk some baseball as we switch gears. Had an exciting NFL weekend and college football on Saturday. UFC was really action-packed, but now we're going to look to kind of switch gears as we dive into the baseball side of things. And this is where the New York Yankees want to go home. Okay, they cannot wait to get home, and now we take that West Coast action over to the Yankee Stadium, where there's going to be a little bit of nip in the air. Okay. So we did see this kind of way back when, and this has not been a kind of common matchup that we get, but that's something where you look back in the World Series where 1978, you'd have to go back for the Dodgers-Yankees the last time, but now we get Clark Schmidt going against Walker Buehler. Now, the important thing to understand here is we have a little bit more of a chunk of the money line on the Yankees. This is a desperation spot, okay? It's a desperation spot. You can't really put it any more cut and dry than that. I don't trust either of these pitchers in the postseason. One little sidebar note on Walker Buehler is, okay, he had one really good performance, one really bad performance, okay? And that bad performance came against the Kansas City Royals, where he delivered 4.2 innings pitched in both contests. So I do think Dave Roberts is very predictable as a manager. He kind of lets you know what he's going to do without doing it. In my opinion, I think that Dave Roberts will, in this game, do the same exact damn thing. Walker Buehler would have to basically be on a tangent, striking out batters and being efficient before he looks to let him throw a little bit more than that 75. It'd be really hard for me to imagine him letting Walker Buehler go 80 pitches in this game. That's what I'm getting at. So I don't think we look at Walker Buehler getting through 5. I'll pull up the odds board right now here on oddsjam, and we do get, like I said, guys, a little bit more so of that love on the Yankees in terms of the money on the money line, and in terms of the spread, a little bit more of that action has been on the Dodgers. I talked a little bit about that with you guys, so I'm not going to ever really tell you who to bet. I'll tell you guys what I'm doing and how I feel. You guys make the best decision for yourself. But what I want to share with you is in these spots, just like it has been these first 2 games, it's been very much more profitable taking the run line of the team that you want to win, right? So if you're a Dodgers backer, don't take the money line, take the -1.5. And conversely, if you're a Yankees backer, especially because you were able to get some plus action. But what I'm trying to allude to is even if you do like the Yankees as an underdog, like for example, in those first 2 games, if you like the Yankees, I would take a -1.5. There's just way too much value in these World Series kind of games where it's similar to other sports where they just throw the towel into the ring, okay? So if you get down 2 late in the game, what's the difference if you save your bullpen and you're down 2 or down 8? It does not matter. There's no prizes for second place. And that's how I think that they are deploying into these games. Now, this is a little different because the Yankees have to win all. Okay, they have to win. They have to go send this one back to LA. Still a series, and just like with anything in a 7-game series, it's not over until you lose at home, lose twice at home. Okay, and I think that's the way that you have to look at it. And if the Yankees are able to win back to back, then all of a sudden we got ourselves a new ball game. So I do think that when we look into the handicap here, this is going to be a vastly decided in the first 3 to 5 innings. And then also the back end on the bullpen. So I think this is where you're going to look at this being a huge bullpen game. I can tell you New York's crowd is going to be raucous. Myself, personally, I think the Dodgers, they got a little something called momentum. And I'm not saying they're going to win this game, but if I had to bet the game, I would be taking the Dodgers -1.5 on the alternate run line. I think that's where the value is. I'm going to look in this specifically. And you guys are probably thinking I'm nuts, but I don't really fall into the narrative where, hey, I saw a couple sweeps there within the World Series. So I'm not just because, hey, it's Yankees Dodgers, we got to make this thing go 7. The Dodgers won the first 2 games, and there was, quite frankly, some of the worst officiating that I've seen behind the dish in a huge spot like this. So I don't know if it was a retirement present for some of those umpires where you got to let them call balls and strikes for a World Series before they retire, and they deserve it. I know how it works, but I know how they get selected. Let's put it that way. But I'm just kind of making a joke because a lot of the balls and strikes were so much variance, and they were just absolutely atrocious. Okay, but if we look into the Dodgers right here, -1.5, that's almost 2-1, plus 191. Okay, very attractive. If you do like that, I actually am going to put a little bit of a play on that. We made some money over the weekend, so I'm going to take a dive at it. I know Ohtani's some injury status. It's nut up or shut up. All right, there's no treatment. There's no, I don't care about the cold air. I'm reading some reports that the Dodgers are going to be weary about coming to the East Coast. If you can't get up for a World Series Game 3 with a 2-0 lead, you ain't got a pulse, and you probably should just give back, that $300 million but more so, you look at kind of what's going on. Okay. And, the pitching side of it that I do want to talk about, is going to be the fact that Clark Schmidt, okay, we'll talk about Clark Schmidt a little bit. He's been pretty effective against the Dodgers brass. Okay. And I don't think, like I said about the, Walker Buehler side of it, I don't think that we're going to get either of these pitchers go deep into the game. They're going to be on short leash. As soon as there's the first sign of trouble for the Yankees, I can guarantee you they're going right to the matchup. They're bringing in a lefty on lefty. They're getting into that pen as soon as possible. They want to take the game out of the hands of the starter, which is weird because in my upbringing, my growing up, it's always been, hey, we're going to get that starter to go 100, 120 pitches, ride him till he bucks, the old school way of doing things. There's no more of that in the game. We see a lot more injury, but not a lot more depth. Okay. And actually, if you guys are, it's off topic a little bit, but if you do have a minute and you want to see a good piece, YouTube Justin Verlander talking about arm injuries in baseball. It's actually a really good listen for about 10 minutes, especially if you have kids coming up through the ranks in the baseball side of things. I suggest you watch that. Okay. But I do like the Yankees at home quite a bit. But I am going to, like I said, take a value play. This is just betting the numbers. This is not betting the team. I could care less about the logos on the jersey. And that's kind of my recipe for success. If you want to become a successful sports bettor, you have to take the names and logos off the jerseys. They do in college football a lot. They'll put question marks in front of all the teams, and then they'll just show you the statistical breakdowns. And then you make your top 5 and you do your rankings without looking at any logos. It's very, very impressive how much your brain screws with you with bias when you're making rankings. So if you do that way when you handicap, especially in baseball too, you will see we're talking about a coin flip here. So in a coin flip game, I am taking a little bit of value where we can get almost 3 to 4 to 1 if you do like the over or the Dodgers team total, and we do take the Dodgers -1.5 on the run line. That will be a very small play for me. I have a free bet, so I'm going to load up on that. And that's kind of how I do it, right? It's a value play. We're going to get that almost 3 to 1, if not more. And that's kind of where I'm going to look to bet that as my best bet. Also, if you want to fade Ohtani, like I said, Clark Schmidt has pitched well against Ohtani. And on the other side of the coin, we have not seen Walker Buehler face off against the Yankees. Conversely, the only batter, as I did my research, the only batter that has faced Walker Buehler that is going to be playing here has been Juan Soto and Jazz Chisholm. A little bit of Anthony Rizzo too when we had some NL action with the Cubbies. But this is a different Rizzo hitter. I've seen him choke up on the bat probably 4 inches during this series. And I know he's just trying to strategically just, do a job, but that's not the Rizzo of old. So, and it's worth noting though, Buehler's, and it's not the Buehler of old, but the average batting average for Walker Buehler against those 3 hitters that will be in the lineup tonight, in the heart of the lineup, I should say, is just around 200. Okay, Trent Grisham's 235. If he gets in, probably not. He's out. And then Jazz Chisholm, we look at his numbers. It's 3 for 5. So Jazz Chisholm's been playing some good baseball. And one of their additions that I didn't really quite understand, and then they bat him 4th. I mean, it's just kind of all over the place what we see going on. Don't really think we're going to get a lineup shake-up too bad, so it's going to be all the same. I think they're just going to be saying, hey, let's go. But for me, guys, like I said, my play will be in line with taking the Dodgers here. In the reverse run line, where you take a -1.5 with the over. And the reason why I'm going to take it with the over is because I like the over. Okay, so we're going to look into this a little bit more. So if we want to talk about the game lines, we do look at the over 8.5, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is where we look at the over 8.5. And where we have hit in their last, for some reason it won't show me the chart. I like showing this chart. Okay, yeah, it's not showing me it. Anyways, versus Walker Buehler, the Dodgers. The Dodgers are 60% over the 8.5 in their last. I think that might be all time. I don't want to misspeak. Okay, yeah, no, their last 10. I apologize. Okay, but nonetheless, I do like it. I do like the 8.5. If I had to kind of look into this, I do like the team total. I like the Dodgers first. I like everything about the Dodgers, quite frankly. I like the first 5. I like the potential to score in the first inning. I think they're going to get the Clark Schmidt. I think that Buehler might pitch out of his ass and throw a gem and give 5-6 innings, and then we leave the Dodgers bullpen off a day rest to really take care of business as well. And I know that may not be received well from a lot of Yankees fans out there, but and the other thing is a lot of these Yankees guys, with the exception of Soto, okay, they really quite frankly have not had a Rizzo. I'll give you Rizzo, but outside of Rizzo and Soto and Verdugo, they really have not had any postseason action. If you want to really talk about it, I mean, I know, and what I say about that is like success, right? Judge has played in some playoffs, but with the exception of Soto and Rizzo, I just I don't really see how should I say this, the track record or hey, we've done this before. I've seen the Dodgers. I've seen Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. I've seen them guys. I've seen Max Muncy. I've seen Will Smith. I've seen all of them come back. Gavin Lux do some crazy stuff. I've seen this Dodgers club do some crazy stuff in the postseason. I've seen the kind of heart they're playing with. It's something that does make a little bit of a difference. All right, but like I said, guys, I'm not a believer in, hey, let's do this for the media. Let's make this game go 7. I told you some of the numbers. My pick would be Dodgers reverse run line. We're gonna take that -1.5 with an over 8 alternate. I will find that and make a little same game parlay. We're gonna find the 8 with that. Okay, not 8.5. Give ourselves a little insurance, because if we hit that 1.5 for the Dodgers and it falls on a 5-3 game, I'm going to want to cash that ticket and not get screwed by half point. So I'll sacrifice a little bit of juice to do that. But my best bet for the game in its entirety will be taking the Dodgers-Yankees over 8.5 runs. Okay, so that is my best bet, my breakdown. Hopefully you guys will be able to bet the game on your own due to my analysis and some of the tidbits I gave you along the way. Big fan of the over tonight. And it's something where if you want to actually really talk about it, we can look at kind of these last couple games, right? We saw a 6-3 that barely should not have went over, and a 4-2 under. So we're due to hit an over. Like always, this number has climbed from 8.5 to 9. So the over is going to be a little bit more of the public side, but who knows? Maybe the public gets a little bit smarter and they start seeing that these games are going under. It's going to be colder, but I'm going to fall, and I do like the fact that we're in the Yankees ballpark, where we do have a shorter porch and the more of a propensity for the long ball in the spot. So that's where I'm at. That's my best bet. We're not getting fancy. Dodgers have hit the over in 12 of their last 14 games, so the over will be 12 of their 14 games on the road, mind you. So, and we saw a lot of runs from the Dodgers in just right down the street in Citi Field for the New York Mets series. So this one tees up for me. I love the over. That's my best bet. I'm going to have a little bit of a sprinkle on, like I said, that home run play within the reverse run line for the Dodgers, coupled with the over 8 same game parlay. Okay, that's what I got. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe on your way out. Have fun watching Monday Night Football and Game 3 of the World Series tonight. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.